Today I want to talk to you about our wood stove that we use for our cooking. If you're going to be off-grid and isolated, obviously you're going to need some way to prepare your food. In our case, we also heat our water with this. So we got this plan off the internet, and in my next video I'll go through a detailed description of that plan and show you how all this works. But today I just kind of wanted to show you how we get it started. We're going to cook some food for the week. We'll be cooking some chicken, some livers, some beans, and making some bread. So that's what this video is about today. So we're going to go into this chamber, and we're going to clean it out a little bit from the last fire, and we're going to start a new fire. Bear with me as I gotta use hands for other things. So I got everything cleaned out, ready for new fire, and I'm going to use a little pile of wood, little chips here that I get from cutting my other pieces that will burn later. A little bit of cardboard, a little bit of paper. So basically I'm going to start a handful of fire right down here in this chamber to get us started. So let me get that prepared. Get our little pile of paper and wood chips. So we're going to light that up, but wanted to show you from this angle. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hang on. We got two chambers. This is where the wood burns, and down here is where the ashes fall, and it also receives the air from there. So I don't know if you can see that too well. Anyway, so we're going to close this one, and we're going to leave the bottom one fully open so that we can get as much air as possible while we're getting this started. And probably going to have to put the phone down for a second, light my match, and then I'll get back to you. So we got a fire starting to build, so I'm going to go ahead and close this off. And sometimes, due to the flue pipe being cold, we got to help it a little bit, get some airflow going. So at this point, I'm going to take my trusty little fan, and I'm just going to fan that. What I'm really doing is fanning the bottom to try to get that air passing through there. So that'll happen for a minute or so. Once that fire gets going, then I'll start adding some bigger wood. Okay, as the fire progresses a little bit, we add a little bit bigger sticks. You can see got a decent fire going. And as that carries on, I'll add a little bit bigger sticks, and we'll put some food on. Okay, foods are cooking. We got livers on the left, beans next, some chicken, and some rice. Later we'll be cooking some bread. So as the stovetop is working, we have the vent for the air down here fully open, so the air is passing through, heating the oven section, because we'll be using that for bread later. If we were just using the stove, then we would shut that off to maximize the heat on the stove. And as you can see, it's not smoking. It's pretty clean. Not that it doesn't smoke at all, because it does, depending on the wood that's used. We haven't learned all the different types of wood that we have here yet. So far it's been kind of trial and error, learning not by name so much as by smell and color and texture, and some do better than others. So we're learning. But anyway, we'll come back to you here in just a minute. Cooking our food, like I said, our water is also being heated and stored in this boiler right here. It's got copper pipes running into a serpentine that sits underneath the oven. The cold water is the low, and then the hot water comes out the high. We actually learned from watching an internet video of somebody else trying to go through this process that if you set your coal just a little bit lower, it kind of helps it get started. And so we went ahead and did that. It's worked from the first minute we tried it. So now I just need to encase this copper and just to protect it a little bit, I guess, now that the system has finished its test phase after nearly a year and a half, I guess. We were able to cook our meat, beans, and rice, and in the oven is some bread and a little bit of licorice nuts. That'll be done in a little while. So again, she's working just fine. And if you buy the deluxe model, it comes with the dog warmer. We're also, I don't know if you can see this, there's a couple of copper pipes going up and a boiler up top that is heating our hot water. I'll make a video soon about how all that works together, as well as keep in mind my next video is going to be detailing the plan of this wood stove. It's pretty neat how it works. A fantastic piece of engineering for sure. Anyway, see you soon.